Bedwars. You know, that game where you break beds and fight people. Well, it's never really been easy, and frankly, I'm not the guy for the job. Oh no, I jumped into the water! No, I choked! No, I choked! No! Today, things get a little more difficult, because today, I present the Bedwars movie.
Bro, this doesn't even look like Bedwars.
Oh, essentially, this is Bedwars, a 64-player Bedwars game created by Purple in the BedwarsPractice Server. See, on my channel, I like making over-the-top cinematic edits, and I like playing Bedwars. So since it's so similar to ordinary Bedwars but with more players, I thought, why not give it a try? And then, it started. I spawned in on an island, nearly half the size World's used to, but all I needed was there. Bed, generator shop, all was present. I looked around. To my right was a brown player, seeming perplexed. He too was surveying the situation. Directly opposite my base was a small island, and beyond that, the pink player. Everyone seemed ready to fight.
What about the player on your left?
Nah man, he was gone. Like, he had to go finish his 100%. There was one other thing that was completely confusing to me though. The walls. Those didn't exist in normal Bedwars. Why were they there? What were they for? I realized the only way to find out was to eliminate the other teams. And the first target on my list was the brown team. The encounter all came down to this moment. I had broken his bed, he was on his way to mine. The outcome of this bridge fight could determine whether I lived or died.
So bro disconnected?
Yes.
What about the other team, the pink one?
Them too. I promise I'm not making this up. And suddenly, as I started celebrating my victory in the game, the next phase began. Alright, let me explain for those who don't know. As I said, this is Bedwars, a 64-player Bedwars game mode. What I didn't tell you is that it's also a mix of the Megawars game mode. The 64 players are divided by 16 into sectors with 4 teams. Once all the teams in each sector have a victor, the walls open up to allow access to the diamond generators. And with access to the diamond generators, the walls also allow access to more enemies. So since I won the battle in my sector, a new chapter had begun.
Wow, that story's... Oh, that's not my line.
Subscribe to my channel because I barely have an upload schedule.
If that were a stage, that would be really
I had to get the diamond. That was my only goal. Yet when I got into the island, I seemed to be at the furthest corner of the map, only border to my right. This also meant that I was the furthest from the center of the map. And as I ran up to the diamond generator, eagerly ready to prepare myself for this game, it seemed as if other players had the same idea. I'd made my first true enemy. I could either go for the green player and try to get the diamonds, or I could take something much more valuable for me. The only issue, however, is that if he caught me doing this, he could easily do the same to me. So the question was, what was I going to choose?
Wait, aren't there like 6 other players alive?
I decided to take the more daring option, and even though the green player hadn't decided to take my own bed, his anger was almost tangible. He and I met back at where we originally saw each other, and as I tried to take the diamonds, he put his life on the line to protect them.
I did it. I got the diamond. I got the diamond.
Having gotten the diamonds, I felt on top of the world. I felt everything would go my way. I felt unstoppable. But when reality slapped me hard, death crept to my door as the cold winter caught me off guard. My pride had gotten the better of me. I couldn't move. I didn't even know what to do. What do you do when there isn't any confidence left? What do you do when there aren't any second chances?
Alright, Mix, what did you
mix,
invite
and it's
me
like
here
summertime,
for?
you dumb, stupid idiot.
Oh, that's not my line. Bro, what?
Nah, it isn't done. But I made you think so. I couldn't stand still. Time was too valuable at this point. Any action I made now could have serious consequences if rushed, but also serious consequences if delayed. I had to keep going. And as I saw the black player, I knew there was no time to die. And I won. I survived. I was still in the game. So maybe I could continue. And if I could, then why stop now? So after finally removing the magenta player's code from the game, there was nothing stopping me from heading to the next phase.
All right, Mix, you've been talking for way too long.
Yeah, we'll take it from here.
Wait, what?
Once upon a time, there was a lonely emerald living on a tall tower.
She waited day and night for her knight in shining armor to come and rescue her.
For a long time, she swept. For a long time, she slept quietly as the seasons went by.
Until finally,
Two came?
Texan accent. What? Referring to Emerald. Golly, I can't get what? Golly, I can't get shaved by two knights. Whatever shall I do?
Let us fight it out to see who gets to save you.
Oh my, this sounds like a pickle.
The two knights went at each other and fought over the lonely princess.
But alas, Mix just had bigger muscles and knocked Yellow off the edge.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't the one to pull off the edge. Wait, what are you guys doing?
Oh, we're just gonna cry now. He was such a good man.
You didn't have to do him like that, Mix. What are you doing, man? Bro, my parents in the other room are like, what is this kid on?
I think that sums it up pretty well. After fighting the yellow player, I realized that this was it. I was the last defense. None of us had beds. None of us were ready to give up. None of us were ready to lose. So to ensure my victory, I collected emeralds. I had to conquer. I had to succeed. I had to. Okay, what do you want? Do you want to fight me too, or are you just here to watch?
Good. You noticed me.
Who are you?
What are you fighting for, Mix?
What?
You fight a war, right? What is this war for? What caused it? Notice, have you ever thought to yourself why the Bedwars exist?
Well, if you know, why doesn't?
Here, it's all a game to some people. They earn money by the repetitive debts you and everyone else who plays this game face. Shows they feed off of your pain, Mix.
Who?
You're not surprised? Can't say anyway, as it is already a moment to be here. Meticulous, that's what you need to be. I put hints throughout your game about who's behind this. Check every word I say, check every word that you hear. What do they mean to you?
Okay, but why does this concern me? If I choose to play this game, then why should I be concerned if people are earning money?
They're exploiting you, Mix. Every time you play, every time you're brought into this game, every time you die, someone is benefiting. Why do you continuously keep spending time playing just to lose, just to die? Is that really what you want, Mix? Is it really, Mix?
I had to win. And that's when I encountered my final target. That's when I encountered the obstacle standing in my way to victory. That's when I encountered a therapy session.
Bro, what?
So as I began climbing up the side of the emerald pillar, the battle had begun. But right at that gruesome moment, right at that horrible point in time, it happened. And just like the yellow player, I'd suffered the same fate of falling down the cliff. The game was pretty much over for me, and the full damage would kill me instantly. Once again, like all the other countless games, I die in the dark, only to continue the endless cycle. Yet once again, the light shone in the darkness could not comprehend it. As I hit the ground, I still had half a heart left, so the fight was still on. I turned around and got distance whilst clicking F5 to check behind me. Remembering my golden apples in my hotbar, I hotkeyed to them to save myself from what was a close call. I could do this. I could actually win a Bedwars game. Like, this is gonna be the time. This is gonna be...
Better luck next time.
I think my life's calling is to actually make Roblox videos.